So Gigi here, and I'm going to go over how to make the nutrient tea for your prolonged fast. You can actually use this after you break your prolonged fast. And the base of the tea is nettle tea. And I make it in a French press. And you can order this on Amazon, nettle tea. And look it up, it has so many nutrients. So good. And so I'm letting that steep. I have a little bit of nettle tea in the blender. And the system that I use, you can use your own system. But the list of the basic nutrients you saw on the other video, and then the additional nutrients that you can add. So basically, if you have something like a branched chain amino that's bitter, you're gonna wanna use a real small amount, like a little tiny spoon. And if you don't have a little tiny spoon, improvise and just do a pinch. So I just take one ingredient out at a time, and then I just leave it on the counter. And then I do cinnamon, and I like cinnamon, and it's really good to cut down on glucose. And here's liquid minerals, and so I just want you to get grooved in on how to do this. So you'll get, I put the instructions on the bottle, and it tells you 1 teaspoon. And the L-arginine is good for blood vessels. And as we age, we want our blood vessels to stay supple so they don't get hard. So this is taurine, and this is really good for keeping your blood pressure good. And so you do a teaspoon of that. Here's vitamin C powder. And you do a teaspoon of that. Here's L-carnitine. Now this, I try to time myself so I get faster and faster at this. So it's 10:24. This is L-glutamine, which helps with your digestion, and you can clean up the mess later. And it doesn't take long to clean it up because you have this system. So you just grab all the ingredients, the basic ingredients, and any additional ingredients that you want that I have on the additional ingredients. And those are electrolytes, which is, so many people are deficient in electrolytes, especially on a fast. This is niacin, and it comes with a little plastic spoon. This is great to drink this stuff before you go do your workout. It pumps you up. It pumps your muscles up. It gets the blood flowing. You'll get a little bit of a niacin rush, which is really healthy. So you can you'll build up your tolerance for that. But you'll notice you'll get a better workout. When you drink this before your workout, you're gonna have a great workout. And working out is gonna help us stay young. This is barley grass powder. So one of the things that saves you time is I write on the package how much, and like this is lion's mane, and I just write with a Sharpie, and I write what it's good for: growth of new brain cells, improves depression, anxiety, gut, heart, and immune health. So when I run out of this bag, and when I'm starting to run out, I put this by my computer and then I reorder it so I don't run out. And then I'll relabel the new bag so it reminds me of what lion's mane is good for, which is it's good for so many things. Whatever you do, your system may be different. Just create a system that you use all the time. So in case the phone rings or you have something pull you away from making this, because it takes a little while to do this, you'll come back and you'll know, like if the phone rings, I'll go, and if it's important, I'll handle whatever, and then I'll come back, and all of the stuff on the counter, I've already put in the tea. The stuff in the cabinet, I have not. So you won't come back and wonder where you are in the scheme of the process. Now this is matcha. This gives you energy, so I don't put a lot of it in there. I did a teaspoon. But this drink lasts me all day long. And so I'm going to be going on a 4-month road trip, and I'm taking the nutrients with me. But I didn't want to take all of these containers. So I'll show you what I did in a minute. So you're getting the idea of how I do this. I don't want to waste a lot of your time, but now a lot of people are magnesium deficient. So order this on Amazon. You can't do too much of this, or this prevents constipation too. It's really great. But if you overdo it, you get the reverse effect. So you have to figure out where you need to go with this magnesium, like how much your body tolerance is. So, so these are amino energy. I like having energy when I'm packing for my trip. So turmeric, there's so many benefits of turmeric or curcumin. You can use either. I wanted to show you it goes by pretty quick once you have a system. L-taurine. This helps keep the proper protein in your body. And when you're fasting, you don't want to lose too much muscle mass. So if you a lot of times you don't want to do branched chain aminos when you're fasting, but if you're concerned about losing muscle mass, then you might want to incorporate the branched chain aminos. Now this is this isn't on my additional list, but I wanted to tell you what it's bitter. So there are things you may have already purchased and they're bitter, but they're good for you. Like this one helps your hormones, your testosterone level, but it's really bitter. It's called long jack extract. And so I'm going to use a tiny spoon and just put a little bit because I don't want it to ruin my drink. Believe it or not, this drink tastes phenomenal. I'm not going to use that. You'll have your own system, And sometimes these powders get clumped. So you just take a knife to them and poke them to loosen it up. So what I did was I got this mason jar and I put all of those nutrients in. I 5X'd it. So I've got a couple of these, a few of these I'm taking on my 4-month road trip. So here is the nettle tea. And so I'm going to, you just push the plunger down and add this to your concoction. Then I'm going to spin it down. I'm not going to do that because it makes a lot of noise. I'm going to spin it down. Then I'm going to pour some in a container. Some of the best containers are these metal containers. Here's a really good one that you can fit in your car. Excuse me. And then you can put a straw in it through the little hole and it keeps it cold. So I'm going to put out some of the liquid in a cup, and then I'm going to add a lot of ice, blend it again, and then I'll fill up several containers, and there you go. More later.